Right, bar arrangements. So now we come to the tricky and controversial part that will give you many sleepless nights and headaches. And there are so many options, and we're happy to do whatever your brief is. So let me take you through the most popular options that people choose. Firstly, you could have a full cash bar, which means everybody pays for their own drinks as they order. So if a guest walks up to the bar or asks a waiter for a Coke, they will come back with a drink and the slip, and the guest has to pay in cash for the Coke there and then. You could either then allow for a tab for the main table, or you could say strictly cash, including ourselves, absolutely no tabs allowed, everything will be paid on presentation of the bill. So those are two options covered. If you have a bar limit, say for example you decide to put a few thousand rand towards drinks, you would then instruct us that as we reach that limit, it automatically then switches over to cash. So when we reach the limit, we will come and tell you, we will say we've reached the limit, do we then switch to cash, or are you feeling generous tonight and do you want to change that over to increasing the limit? This limit that you set could either be for absolutely any item, or it could be for specific items only. So for example, some people will say the limit should only be for soft drinks, or it should be for soft drinks, ciders, beers, coolers, etc. Or it could be for everything except for shooters and Red Bulls. Or it could be for everything up until a certain limit. So the choice is yours. Again, just give it a bit of thought. The best option for the exclusions is to make a full printout of our bar list, and then with a corky pen or with a pen, literally cross out the items that you don't want us to serve on the limit. We will then take that list, we will have it up at the bar so that the barman can see at all times which items are included and therefore okay for him to give out without an invoice, and which items need to be paid cash for by the guests themselves. And obviously another option is to have an unlimited bar, so same as before, just without a specific limit. And the unlimited bar can also be for any items, meaning anybody can drink anything until the end of the evening, or it could be an unlimited bar but for soft drinks only. So anybody can drink as many soft drinks as they like with no specific limit, but only for soft drinks. So loads of options, and the choice is really yours. So give it some thought and let us know how we should run the bar. In terms of the champagne and the speeches, please let us know approximately, and we understand it can change, but more or less at what time are the champagnes going to be opened. Typically this will either be as everybody enters the reception venue, or it could be after the starters if your menu includes starters. Sometimes the speeches happen quite a lot later and they happen at the same time with the cake. So it really depends on your program and what your timeline is, and there isn't a right or wrong. It's just whatever suits you. For the champagnes, a lot of the times the guests really love popping those bottles and opening their own champagnes and pouring for their tables. Alternatively, you could also request our waiters to open the bottles and pour for the guests. Again, the option is yours. Give it some thought. And lastly, we're asking in terms of shooters and happy hour. It's something that we offer. It doesn't come at an additional cost.